To the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schweim.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schweim.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis, and my intern, Aaron Ewing, as we made it in today. The snow is coming down, but I got the locker room crew in here, and Bebop, you're in the studio with me.
The show must go on.
The show must go on. Alex Berardis had his four-wheel drive. Good morning to you, Alex.
Good morning, boys. I can't wait.
We were slip sliding in, man.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
There was. It was pretty hairy, but if you got four-wheel drive, you have no problem.
Well, see, the thing is, on my Tahoe, usually there's like a little symbol that says,
Right.
You're in four-wheel drive. On the one, it does say it, but then there's a little icon, and I didn't
couldn't
see
figure
that,
it
so I
out.
couldn't figure it
You
out.
couldn't figure it
No,
out.
it wouldn't go in. I think I got an issue.
And Alex, you got a Jeep, so you got four-wheel drive.
Yeah,
You
but
have
he
no
came
idea.
with me.
I went with Bobby.
Oh, you went with Bobby?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he lived real close to me. I just hitched a ride.
And we got even our intern. She's dedicated already. I like the enthusiasm. And Aaron Ewing is in here, and she's going to sit between Bobby and I. And so we're going to give her the stripes today. She's going to don the referee outfit on. And Aaron, here you go, man.
Finally, I don't have to wear
Give her the
it.
mic, Bobby. Let her try that on. And if we're streaming on the YouTube channel, the X platform, I think, Alex, we're on Facebook today, too?
We are on Facebook
We're on
today.
Facebook today. If you want to check us out there, there's nothing going on. You're not going outside, so nestle up. And
we do have lady referees.
we do have lady referees now. Look, she looks good. She's got the stripes on.
All right, gentlemen, I want a clean match today. Any roughhousing or violence, you'll get thrown out into the snow.
Is there any financial penalty to that, Aaron?
You know this kid's a cheater. That's all he does. He cheats his whole life. So.
Aaron, he keeps that in his duffel bag. It stinks. I know it does.
All right, I hope everybody's
She
safe.
smells it, right?
Nestled into your houses, keep it nice and warm. It is nasty out there. It's coming down sideways, and
First of all, it's all powder right now.
Yeah, it's all
because
powder.
so cold out.
Yeah.
The real problem is when this thing changes to sleet and freezing rain.
Now,
That's what I'm worried about.
Aaron's up in Belmore. I'm in Collingswood, so we're gonna get like 10 to 12.
Alex and I came
14.
in from Motion City.
Yeah,
so.
I stayed at your house last night. Thanks a lot. And
We need Fran out there plowing these roads.
Fran-
Where the hell is with the salt?
By the way, yesterday Dave Clement M said, "Hey, do you use the same salt on the pretzels that you do on the road?" But I think Fran, he just texted me. Let me see what he just said. But Fran McLaughlin's out on the roads. He said, "Here's the view from the cheap seats. Tell these morons to get off the road." We're the morons that are on the road. We have to be here.
The show has to go on. And my
Show
wife
must go
goes, "Well, it's not an emergency." Oh, yeah, it's an emergency.
Yeah.
We got to talk Philly sports. That's an emergency. right
And the big topic was obviously the egg the Sixers laid against the Knicks last night. Oh my God!
now. Listen,
Bobby.
and I don't want to hear.
Yeah, I don't wanna hear Alex
Well,
and
I don't
everybody
hear
just-
Nick blame it on you because
Yeah.
we're going to get into this thing, and I have
Billy,
obviously-
did you or did you not watch the
I
game?
watched the
Yeah,
entire
there's
game
the answer.
with my
There's the
nephews,
answer.
Colin and Cody, my brother Bobby. We were watching it intently, and you know what? We're going to break it down when we come back into the B block. We're going to get into it, but there's three things, Bobby, that we noticed that were really glaring. One was the refereeing was absolutely god
for both teams, though.
Yeah, it was
for both. Here's the thing: basketball is a contact sport,
Right.
Okay. These phantom calls where they brushed the guy's hand or something. Come on,
and then
man.
blatant calls they let go.
I mean, it was.
Blatant fouls.
I think that it was the worst example of NBA refereeing. You need to talk to your boy Javi, Bill.
Yeah, I
because
gotta get
tell
Javi
you,
on here.
I'll tell you what. It was so frustrating watching these officials last night. We're almost as frustrating as watching Embiid in the second half.
Alex, did you get that impression watching the whole game?
It's been multiple games. Because even the game before, when they went to overtime and won, there was a goaltending that wasn't called on Tyrese Maxey that would have won
I
them
saw
the
the
game.
highlight. Of that.
Yeah, but the non-calls and the calls that were phantom calls were so
Are
glaring
you talking
yesterday.
about the edge comb at the end?
Well,
in the
no,
inbound
the whole
line?
game, Alex.
There there were fouls that they called, which the guy wasn't even anywhere near, like didn't even touch him. How about the one where MB went straight
up? Even Paul
I think
George.
they won
Yeah,
that.
Paul
they
George, they
won
challenged.
that challenge, though. I think.
I think there was 3-1 challenges yesterday.
But here's the thing: why don't you change every call? Because everyone will get turned over.
You don't get so many challenges.
I understand
Right,
that,
right.
but it seems to me every time they do challenge it gets turned over. That's how bad these guys are.
Right. And, of course, yesterday, I've been texting Craig Berube back and forth. He's got that nasty cut on his head. And I asked him, Alex, you got a concussion? He said, no concussion. And then, of course,
That picture looked
but
horrible.
he was all cut up, but he's fine. And we'll talk a little Eagles football today with G. Cobb. He does Fox 29. He's the Eagles analyst for Fox 29 Sports.
Yeah, we'll get into that, man.
We'll get into that.
There's some things going on here. I'm telling you, man, we're not seeing anything behind the scenes, dude. I want to be a fly on the wall. And I guarantee you, everybody's off. Everybody's off.
Well, here's the thing.
Speculating about this.
Last week, Alex Berardis and Mark Grimes got into it a little bit because Mark Grimes, he's going to be here on the program. Mark Grimes is going to call in to defend himself in his position because not only does Chris Sims, who I don't really like that much, but where there's smoke, there's fire. Chris Sims is saying it.
2 weeks
LaShawn McCoy's saying the same thing, that Jalen Hurts doesn't like to make throws over the middle. He's
got a limited playbook.
He's got a limited playbook. He's reluctant to run the ball. There are streak things that he needs to do if he's going to be effective.
I agree with Grimes. Was it 2-3 weeks ago? I was on the show.
Bob, Alex doesn't. You talked to Alex about it. He doesn't, right? Do you, Alex?
Yeah, we were going at it in the car coming over here. I was getting a pre-show from
That's
Bobby
why
Schweim.
Irvin's got the stripes on right now.
I just said, I just got to see Jalen Hurts with a decent to good offensive coordinator because what he had to deal with, the play calling wise, was horrible.
But Alex,
but you know what?
We'll
get into that, Bill.
We'll get into it. But before we do get into it, there are a lot of former players that said in the end, it's the athletes, the players that got to perform.
That's right.
I don't know.
They're underachieving.
If you're giving slop, I don't know how he's supposed to turn that into diamonds.
Well, these guys aren't slop, man. They're in the NFL. You don't get to that point being slop,
right.
dude.
Patullo got
dad's a coach.
He got
Come on,
handed
man.
that. Patullo got handed that job because he was Nick Sirianni's boy, who you don't even like.
Well, I'll get into that too. I'm gonna get into that too.
And of course, we'll talk to G Cobb at 10:30. We love G Cobb because he brings the enthusiasm. And guess what? One thing I like about G is he keeps it real, Bob. He'll tell you.
We'll see how real it'll be today.
Yeah, okay.
Right? We'll see.
And then at 11 o'clock, we have Mark Grimes. He's going to defend himself to Alex Berardis and all the naysayers. Listen, do you know what? Mark did say this, and Alex, maybe you can comment on this, but didn't Jared Goff and Stafford, was it a straight-up trade?
Wasn't straight. There was a few draft picks, like the draft picks that Detroit got turned into Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta.
Well, what did LA get?
They got a Super Bowl.
Well, they must
got Stafford.
Yeah.
Detroit got Goff.
Yeah, but he said they also got.
Well,
I'm saying it wasn't just one. There was other.
Well, LA
yeah,
had to get some
pretty
other
much.
things too.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
sure, but.
And then at the bottom of the second hour, we're talking with Kevin Durso. He's he covers the Flyers for 97.3 ESPN.com. And I got to tell you, he's got my microphone.
I got my fly guy shirt
My
on right
ESPN
today,
locker room logo, my microphone.
Yeah.
Well, he's got an ESPN 97.3, and I'm telling you, on Action News or Channel 10, you always see Durso or either him or the microphone.
Right. So he's up there.
Yeah. So I've attended a couple games in the press box. And Durso's been there, and he's pretty knowledgeable when it comes to the Philadelphia Flyers.
I'm interested to see what he has to say.
So I am.
Because the Flyers are very exciting. You got to be excited. When they're healthy, Bill,
here's the thing about the Flyers. The Flyers have not lost back-to-back games too many times. I don't know what the number is. If maybe Eric can look that up for us. But there's not too many back-to-back games that they've led. They haven't had any sustained losing. They've only had one losing streak. I think it was 4, 5, 6. It was
5 games.
4, 5 and 1. But it doesn't last. It hasn't lasted long. They haven't lost back-to-back
And keep in
games.
mind, they were very hurt. They had like 3 or 4 guys
Now
out
everybody's
when they
back
went
with the exception of the goaltender.
Veldar.
He was
Veldar.
practicing in Utah.
Yeah.
He was on the ice practicing.
We need Semptenfelder.
By the way, how about our guy T.J. Semptenfelder? We've had him on the program. He obviously we sit on the beach at 25th Street in Ocean City with his mom and dad, a whole bunch of people.
Known him ever since he was a little kid.
We watched T.J. grow up. The guy was in the ECHL All-Star game.
That's a feather in his cap.
And he got an assist from the goal. Yeah, he pulled a Ron Hextall.
Bill, did you see those 2 goalies fighting?
Yeah, that was great. All right, so we got a lot to talk about. It's snowing out, and it's the today. Hey, it's Championship Sunday.
Yo, Bill, let me bring up something about snow. Let's talk about skitching.
was something we did when we were kids. But you know what? The
I
cars,
asked Alex on the way in, Bill, right?
They don't have bumpers like they used to.
That's exactly what he said.
That.
That's exactly what he
But
said.
you still.
They used to have the big metal bumpers. You come up from behind and
Now
grab them.
listen. So we used to, and we did this kind of when it was getting dark too. I mean, we did it on the oil trucks.
Well, we try to slow the cars down.
So what
They're
happens?
slow
The
anyway.
cars would come up to the stop sign, and we're hiding in the bushes. And you know, snow and there's ice all over there. And couple 3 kids come behind, and you crouch down and you grab onto the bumper. So when it takes off, you're in a squat position. And you're holding on to the bumper, and it was funny. We were laughing. I mean,
we had some of the greatest times. I talked with Johnny D. Marie.
It's a dying art.
Yeah, well, that's because the cars don't have the bumpers they used to.
Skitching.
All right, so we have the AFC Championship game today. New England Patriots at Denver at Empower Field, Mile High Stadium. And then, of course, the NFC Championship, Los Angeles Rams versus Seattle. We'll get into that. You can catch all that action right here on 97.3 ESPN Radio. All right, are you ready to go? Let's get in a 3-point stand. That's right out Bill Parker's playbook.
I didn't get caffeinated and activated. I got to worry about getting in
I'm
here.
caffeinated and activated. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime at 609-263-7422. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis, and Aaron Ewing right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The exciting action of the NFL postseason is on Westwood One.
Caught! Touchdown! Touchdown! If you hadn't seen it, you would not believe it.
This is Scott Graham. Join us Sunday for complete coverage of the conference championship games. Our broadcast kicks off at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and goes until the Super Bowl matchup is set. If it's the NFL playoffs, it's on Westwood One.
Listen to the NFL Championship Round this Sunday, exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Your holiday decor is down and suddenly your house looks very January. Kohl's can help you bring the spark back. No twinkle lights needed. Save on bedding that feels like a snow day. decor that'll boost the mood, and Shark vacuums because, yes, you're still finding pine needles. Get an extra 15% off some of your faves store-wide. And beat those winter blahs at Kohl's. Select styles. Offer ends January 25th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons do not apply to Shark. See store or Kohls.com for details.
With GMF financing to qualify buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
If you're looking for a newer pre-owned vehicle, get to Bennett Chevrolet now during our New Year inventory reduction sale. You'll save up to 20% off any new vehicle you choose because Bennett's selling new vehicles at true GM supplier employee prices. Plus, you keep all the rebates. Yes, you heard right. You get it all, saving you as much as 20% off any new vehicle purchase. And you'll save even more with Bennett's available 0% financing. Looking for pre-owned? Bennett's got a great selection of pre-owns and will give you a minimum $10,000 for your trade-in, no matter how bad the condition. I said a minimum 10 grand for any kind of junk you bring in, even if it doesn't run. Imagine how much more you'll get for a good trade. And there's never any hassles or haggles because our sales staff is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Together, let's drive. Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live here in the studio. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, my twin brother, Alex Berardis producing. Erin Ewing is my intern, and she's got the stripes on to separate.
Well, you haven't said anything stupid yet.
That's because I'm not stupid. You are. You're dumb as heck.
Yeah, you'll say something dumb. I'm
all right.
Well,
here's what's not dumb. One of the reasons why the Sixers lost to the Knicks last night. Now, by the way, when we talked to Mark Grimes at 11 o'clock, we're going to find out he was sitting right behind the.
I saw
Sixers
Grimes
bench.
a few times,
and he sent a picture. I guess Nicky Earnshaw and his friends, his buddies, got a chance to meet Worldwide West with the Grimesy. And anyway. But one thing that was glaring to me, and Bobby, you and I talked about this, is the offensive rebounds. The Knicks had 19 offensive rebounds.
You can't. First of all,
we only had 6.
So the stats. Maxey was he was like non-existent. He was off.
He missed a couple shots.
We kept saying while we were watching the game, "Where's Maxey?" You know,
right.
Where's Maxey? What I don't understand. I mean,
he did play 38 minutes though.
Embiid gets Embiid gets what we got 38 points, right?
Right.
Okay. Mostly, it seems that most of that was in the first half.
28 points in the first half.
Yeah, 28
okay. There you
right.
go. First, right? He fell apart. The third quarter was I could not believe how bad the Sixers played. And Embiid,
of course, the turnovers were just as bad. I mean, you turn the ball over like 13. Anytime you turn the ball over more than 9 or 10 times, you're asking for trouble, Bob.
Right.
Especially when at the very last play of the game when he rebounded the ball and tried to headman the ball to Maxey. He turned it over. You know, Maxey could have maybe hit a 3 or something.
Right.
With like 5 seconds to go in the game.
I'm just. The third quarter was so bad for the Sixers. I could not believe it. Okay, I think it was like they were like 5 and 19 run.
Paul George was non-existent. He had 9 points. He played 32 minutes. I mean, he was 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. Like, I wasn't impressed with him last night.
Yeah, he didn't have a game.
And then here's another thing, you guys. Mr. Negadelphia, PJ Cordes said this yesterday on the program. Nick and Alex are all excited, Bobby, about the Sixers when they're all on the court and they're playing well. That's all well and good. But how long do we really believe that that's going to last? Well, because Embiid went down last night. Everybody's holding their breath.
For my take, I think the reason why the team fell apart is because do you see how slow he was getting up and down the court in the third period?
How many times did we say to each other, look, why is he bringing the ball up?
And you know, here's another thing I looked at. When he has an initial jump, he can't jump back up.
No.
He jumps up one time, and then that's it. He runs out of gas.
Like the Eagles tell Jalen Hurts not to run the ball, maybe the Sixers' brain trust to tell him not to jump.
So here's my thing, okay? Let's talk about, you know, this game was very winnable last night. They didn't deserve to win the game with the third quarter effort.
The Knicks were giving them that game.
Okay, they were. You got the refs. We can't do anything about that. They were horrible. I get it. Okay, but with as bad as they played in the second half, they were 3 points away from winning that game.
Right.
Okay, and we were saying they don't, even if they win, they don't deserve to win. Okay, with that being said, you see in Embiid's effort, because you got to say, right, he's in basketball shape right now, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
he's played enough games, enough minutes.
Yes, I would say so.
And so I'm thinking, and I'm a little bit. Listen, he's not getting any better.
Well,
do you think he's getting any better?
And this is where Grimesy PJ, Mr. Negadelphia, and a few other people, a lot of young cats. That Alex and Nick's generation think it's crazy to talk about trading Embiid. But you make a move when the person
that's what I'm saying
has
not
the most value.
He's in basketball shape right now.
Right.
He's not getting any better.
Right.
He had 38 points. All right, that was good. Mainly in the first half. Ran out of gas. He's in basketball shape.
All right.
Okay. So bottom line is, right now, you could probably get something.
Another observation that I saw, Nick or Alex, the Sixers are 12-13 in home games this season. You had the Knicks fans. You saw
that was a
did
disgrace.
You see the Knicks fans sitting right behind the Sixers bench?
That was disgraceful. How did they get that?
By the way, the Sixers are 2-4 in this homestand. That's god awful.
What the local ticket holders are selling their tickets on Stub, whatever it is, and selling them to the Knicks fans.
Well,
that's how bad. They don't believe in a team. They don't believe in a team if they're doing that, Bill. So letting all those Knicks fans in there.
Here's another thing
That's
that I want you to be aware of that even supports your philosophy about trading somebody when they're at their height of their value. Right now in the last 5 games, Embiid has averaged 30.6 points a game. Now's the time to move him.
I would say so.
Because you know there's a team out there going, Joel Embiid.
Yeah, maybe he can help us.
Yeah, maybe he'll stay healthy. Maybe. Now, I know, is Alex shaking his head, and I know if Nick Earnshaw's listening to this, and there's a lot of
we don't need Embiid bringing up the ball. We don't need him dribbling the ball up the court. How many times did you see him dribbling the ball up the court?
Look, no doubt, it's got to go through Maxey's hands. It still has to be Maxey's team.
It's Maxey's team, not Embiid's team.
But I'm just going to say, I was listening to the halftime report with, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal. They said if Embiid's like this team can win.
That's right.
In the first half.
Bob,
in the first half.
Bobby,
they can
knock out the Pistons.
The operative word is if.
But keep in mind, they made that comment at halftime. Embiid was doing good in the first half.
They're talking about the whole thing. They're talking about playoff time, too. You just got look. Tyrese Halliburton got hurt. No one saw that coming too. Injuries are a part of the sport.
But he's been hurt every single year.
Bill,
we've never got to the. Bo, how far we've gotten with this with the process?
We got to the championship game once.
No, we got the second round. That was it. That's the highest we've been.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We haven't. But do you realize
what was the one when the Toronto hit that shot?
Yeah, second round.
That was the second round. Okay.
And that was on the organization for trying to go with Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler.
I don't care what excuse it is. The bottom line is, right now, I just don't. Bobby and a lot of people that are smarter than me all believe. Well, not Bobby's not.
I was
going to
say, did you just say Bobby's smarter than you?
Let me rephrase that. Yeah. He's a dope. He knows nothing.
Listen. Bottom line is, it's like when you have real estate, okay, and that's why Grimes. He's right. He's a real estate
business
guy.
People are right.
First, the house gets to a certain worth value. And you get rid of it, and you make a huge profit.
Then it starts to depreciate.
Yeah, if you hold on to it too long, it starts. You're not the zenith with the money.
Right. That's why Dombrowski for the Phillies, he's under a lot of fire because he only turned the roster over 25%.
I don't even want to get into David.
We'll get into it on the other.
It's all part of
half.
Listen,
it's all part of the.
In an aviation accident, okay,
right?
It's never one issue,
right?
Okay, you got the deal with them holding on to Embiid too long. You got the fans not believing in the team, giving up the tickets for the Knicks.
Right.
It's the whole night. Like it's a perfect storm.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy.
So, listen, Bob, I got to tell you, and I'm going to try to get Javi on, but I don't really think he's going to badmouth. He's not going to bad.
He can.
But I got to tell you, man,
Bob,
the officiating was god awful. And you're right, Bob. It's on both. I hate it. Pains me to say he's right.
I'm always right.
But the was for both sides. It wasn't like it was just bad. It was both the Knicks and the Sixers were like, you see the coaches like pulling their hair out, going like, "What are you calling?"
Here's the thing though. The players go up and it's not a foul, and they complain. Listen, basketball's a contact sport,
right?
I mean, if you get your pinky brushed, that shouldn't be a foul. I mean, these guys.
They're all prima donnas.
Not the WNBA.
I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Hey, Bill, it almost took it took the enjoyability out of the.
Yeah.
We kept saying, "Look at this. This is a disgrace."
Anytime an official, I don't care what sport it is, that dictates the outcome of a game.
Well, I don't think
it takes it away from.
Guess what? They were so bad for both teams. But
right.
my thing is, they were calling these phantom fouls. They gotta be a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's got to be harder.
They gotta swallow the whistle.
Be a little bit more forceful of a foul. If you get brushed or tapped, Come on, man. These guys are 200 and some pounds.
But one stat that I think that's kind of misleading is the fact that the Sixers shot 51% from the field, which is really good. Right, Alex?
You know what, Bill?
That's a pretty good statistic.
In the first half,
but they shot 51%.
That's why Maxey, we were like, where's
the Knicks only shot 44%, but the Sixers missed a lot of foul shots yesterday as well.
Knicks missed a lot of foul. Brunson missed 2 at the end of the game.
And then the stat that crushed them was the offensive rebounds.
Right.
That was the stat that crushed them.
It didn't look like nobody boxes out anymore. There's no fundamentals in the NBA.
Embiid was just standing around in the second half.
Right.
I mean, literally, the guy's out. He's not boxing out. He can't jump. I don't know.
All right, our listeners can sense our frustration. It's going to get worse when we get G Cobb on here. There's a lot of.
I'm gonna tie in the Embiid thing with the Jalen Hurts thing.
And Alex, I said this to Nick on the way. The three of us went to the game together. I drove everybody over, right, to the Eagles game against the 49ers in the playoff.
Yep.
How bad was that ride home?
Like for me,
it was quiet.
We
were like, we couldn't believe.
Yeah, but then you only had to go 15 minutes. I had to drive there an hour by myself in the dark, cold, quiet. It was horrible.
And you know what? I did make I made a couple good turns. Because
they were great.
Getting out of that facility, Bob, is god awful.
Right, you've been doing it long
but
enough.
I know where to go. And Nicky,
you guys
Alex,
you guys call each other dopes. The dopes walking through these parking lots.
They're like they want to get hit.
Yeah, you would think that they're walking down the sidewalk. They got no problems.
We're just heating up here. It's cold outside, but we're hot in the locker room. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection, professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title, they're there for you. With over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. I want to tell you about La Scala's Fire in Ocean Casino. When you're inside the Ocean Casino, you're already winning, especially at La Scala's Fire. It's your home away from home for handcrafted Italian classics, fresh seafood just like your grandmom used to make, and their signature cocktails. All steps away from the action, dinner before the show, late night bites after a big win. La Scala's Fire delivers every time. That's La Scala's Fire, OceanCasino.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll talk with G Cobb from Fox 29 News. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis, and Aaron Ewing, the intern, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Where do you go to get an offensive coordinator who's proven in that town who's never going to get a head coaching job again? Frank Reich is your answer. Done and done. Make him the offensive coordinator for the next few years. He's not going to be a head coach in this league again, so there's a solution. Is it better than Kevin Petullo based on experience in Philadelphia and based on the fact that no one will hire him as a head coach? That's what they need.
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is Billy Schweim. If you're injured or if life takes an unexpected turn, you need a team that'll fight for you. At McMonagle, Perry, McHugh, Meshack, and Davis, you'll get battle-tested trial lawyers with decades of experience standing up for justice. Whether it's personal injury, criminal defense, or complex civil litigation, when everything is on the line, you want attorneys with experience and a reputation as one of the most successful firms in the United States. Call McMonagle, Perry, McHugh, Meshack, and Davis, 215-981-0999, or online at mpmpc.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back here broadcasting live. Billy Schweim, my twin brother Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis producing. Aaron Ewing, the intern's in here with the stripes on.
Canary in a coal mine.
Well, we need a canary in the Eagles locker room.
That's why we're playing this song. We need a canary in the Eagles locker room to figure this out.
It's a snow day here in the locker room, and the only reason we have our first guest is because everything got canceled. He was supposed to be a guest speaker at a church, but because it's so bad, it got postponed.
Wow.
So we're delighted to have my first guest. Let's go to the Barb's Harley Davidson Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room. He's the purveyor of GCobb.com. He's a Fox 29 Eagles analyst. He works with Scott Grayson.
Oh, yeah.
Let's welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Garry Cobb. Good morning, G-Cobb.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Man, we're loving it. We're loving it down here in Winter Wonderland.
Hey, I tell you what, they shutting everything down today, boy.
Yeah, but the show must go on, G-Cobb.
Yeah,
the show must go on.
I hear you. You guys got it done. You got in there.
Yeah, we did.
You're people of character.
All right, G-Cobb.
You are a number of characters.
You got that right.
G-Cobb, man, I've been dying to talk to you, actually, because my crew, the locker room was treated to, the whole locker room crew was treated to the 49ers Eagles playoff game at the Link, and it was we were so let down. I was so excited. I really believe, after talking to you in the beginning of the season, we had so much hope and promise. You got us so excited with your enthusiasm. We love talking. You made some great points that made us even believe more. All that went out the window against the 49ers, and we're sitting here dejected, and we want to know why.
Well, I think obviously there was a problem with the offense. You know, the offense never got anywhere near their level they were supposed to be at, and so I think they should have done something emergency. They should have made some kind of move with the offense because they saw it was stalling, and they knew what had happened before. Come on, 3-4 years ago, when they went into the playoffs and they got dismissed, they knew the offense was not getting it done. We had got all these talented players, all of these weapons, and not being utilized properly. That, you know, Nick should have done something in the middle of the season because it was, come on, everybody could see.
Yep.
You know? So that's the thing it's a shame that they wasted the whole year. Now they're doing what they should have been doing, which is, you know, looking for a replacement, somebody in there that's got to take this offense to the next level. And that's going to be a tough job, but it was embarrassing the way
G-Cobb, let me interrupt you, G, because you played football, you've been in the locker room, then you've also covered the Eagles extensively. There's a lot of people saying there's a lot of dissension on this team. There's a rift. There's something going on. That's why we played Canary in the Coal Mine from the police, because where there's smoke, there's fire.
You need the canary to
I don't
figure
know.
it out.
I don't know if it's chemistry. There's something going on between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. There's something going on between Jalen Hurts and the offense. As much as he can handle, there's something that's not right, and it's not just the offensive coordinator. Because I've had other former players on my show, and they've all said at some point it's on the players to perform, to execute.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, well, I agree. But I think that, I think that Nick, needed to do something. Bottom line, he and Howie and them, they knew things were awry. So somewhere you got to have that sit down and a talk and you change something, and they didn't do that.
Yeah, and he didn't. And G. Cobb, listen, you're right. You talk about, they were able to do this the year before. They went to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts ran the ball. He did good. The coaches know what it looks like. I don't care if the offensive coordinator wasn't doing the right things. The head coach, everything runs downhill, okay? And he's at the top. Okay, so it starts with him, but like my brother makes a point, which he very rarely does. Most of the points on his head. Okay, but Jalen Hurts has to perform. He didn't want to run the ball. Address that issue. Why didn't he want to run the ball, G. Cobb?
Well, I don't know why.
Is he trying to be somebody he's not?
Well, I think during the regular season, I can understand where he goes, I don't want to get hurt on a stupid play and be running too much. At the same time, it's a key weapon that they utilized the year before.
You're darn right.
It's one of the reasons that Saquon had such a big year was Jalen as that threat to pull the ball down all the time. And you see what he did in the Super Bowl. So they definitely needed to utilize that during the playoffs where you going like, look, Jalen, man, you got to pull that ball down. And I'm telling you, but see, this is all on Nick because – he was there kind of taking over more. You saw he start meddling with the offense more. Look, ultimately, he's the one, like you said, that's got to make the call. Right. And if he got to give Jalen, I don't know what size shoes he wear, but you got to put that up his behind. Hey, you got to give him the boot. Then that's what you got to do. Ultimately, it was his call because he knew that the train was off the tracks. I mean, we all knew that. People that didn't even know anything about football knew that the trains were off the track. So somebody's got to put it back on. But they needed to do something. And if that means, give Jalen a kick in the butt, AJ, and all the rest of them. So they couldn't go back into the playoffs like they did last year because their line wasn't as dominant as they were the year before. So they knew. We've got to utilize some of these other weapons, but they got other weapons. I mean, they got enough pass receivers that in the right offense, you could be throwing the ball all the time and they could have success. But they didn't make the adjustment that they needed to make, and so they get booted out, and then to get embarrassed looking at that San Francisco get humiliated by Seattle. You going like, you guys lost to these guys?
I know it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the guys, I know they had to be there embarrassed, but, I mean, it was but, you had a lot of young guys, this is a young team, and even though they had, won the Super Bowl the year before, they had been through the grime. A lot of those guys, when you come in and right away, the first year you go win the Super Bowl and everything, You don't get a full glimpse of the NFL, see, because you don't get your butt kicked some, see.
Right.
Getting your butt kicked some, it kind of matures you to say, look, we got to respect everybody, and we got to know that any of these guys could beat us, so we got to be ready to play the time we go out on the field. We can't be taking games off, plays off, and everything. So that's where Nick kind of saw some of these guys grow up, and he's the one that's got to be called on the carpet because, and then he's probably going to lose some of his power in that he really didn't do anything offensively. That's why they got to bring in an offensive coordinator that's saying, look, okay, Nick, I'm taking over the offense. Okay, you continue, the good job you've done with the relationships with the players and leading the team and everything, but they need an offensive coordinator that's going to take the offense to another level. Means it's got to be more complex, more focused on utilizing the talents of the players they have, and it's got to be more aggressive. You got to be where, we can go down the field, bang, 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 throwing the ball if we need to. We could be, aggressive to where if you're going to say you're going to stop Saquon Barkley, we are going to shred you with our passing game if you do that.
Well, I didn't even see the screen pass.
I just wrote that down. See, brilliant minds think alike.
I didn't even see a screen pass whatsoever.
It's like one of the only offenses, Alex, that doesn't have a screen pass.
Gary, I think that obviously the run game wasn't going well. Yeah, Jalen Hurts not being able to run. But the offensive line just wasn't where it was last year and years prior to. How do you see them attacking the offensive line in this offseason and trying to make it better going into next year?
Well, they can't play as much. During the Saquon the big year and the Super Bowl year, they played bully ball. I mean, they just come out, look, you know where we're running, so what? We're running it. We're going to make you, you know where we're running. But we're going to make you like these plays after a while because we're going to make you, we're going to run the ball down your throat. They can't do that as much. So they've got to have, they got to bring in an offensive coordinator who does things with more innovation, meaning where he's able to, by the design of the play, get some yards and things like that. So they need a guy like that. And there are guys that are out there.
Hey, G. Cobb, though, I got to tell you, some guys have passed on the offensive coordinator position already, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't they were offered it, but they're passing on it.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
That's why we need the canary in the coal mine.
But I got to tell you, G. Cobb, is this not an attractive position for? Yeah, is this not an attractive position to bring in a talented offensive coordinator? Like, why does it? We haven't heard Frank Reich's name. Maybe he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. He's already been here once.
I think it's because they got to listen to dopes like us yell at them.
But you know what though? You said out that he couldn't run. Jalen chose not to run. It wasn't he couldn't run.
Maybe he was
they didn't
told
have any
not to
set up
run.
plays.
Well,
They didn't have set up plays.
Yeah. I think that they can utilize him, but he's got to be smart. You see him get on the ground. He doesn't need to be taking shots.
No, that's right.
He can run and he can run and utilize his legs without putting his season in jeopardy and getting hit too much and everything.
Yeah,
so,
but you know what, G. Cobb? Here's my thing.
Yeah.
He's not a Josh Allen. He's not a Bo Nix. He's not a Joe Burrow.
But he is a winner.
He's not a Joe Burrow. He's not a Herbert. But
he is a winner.
So be the quarterback that you are. Don't try to be somebody else.
I'm going to fight him, G.
Okay, I hear you there, but how many Super Bowls have those guys won?
Thank you.
That's right, G.
Thank you.
All right, well,
that's you. But G, I got to tell you.
But he did it doing it the Jalen Hurts way, running the ball. Yeah. Okay, he's not doing it those guys' way.
I agree, but it's a combination of what he's doing. Right. I mean, utilizing the run is part of what he should do, and he can be smart about it. There's no reason they can't make that a part of the offense. So and they got to be able to look him in the eye and tell him, look, dude, running is part of this offense. Do you want to be part of this offense? Because you're going to need to run. That's one of your abilities. That's what separates you. Because he is not a pure,
pocket passer.
Gary, I do got to say though.
Right, but I will hold on. Gee, let me just say this. I just got a stat. His completion percentage was pretty good at 64.8% for the season. That's not bad.
Yeah, and the 2 weeks that Nick Sirianni, it was believed, kind of stepped in and took over the offense was during the Raiders game and the Commanders game down the stretch.
Right.
And Jalen was running that game. There was designed run. I don't know if they handed the reins back to Patullo and he took over again, but it seemed like the 2 games that Nick Sirianni was involved in the offensive play calling, Jalen was running the ball.
Well, okay, so you say, one of the games was the Raiders, and one of the games was the Commanders.
Yeah.
Still, though, he was running.
I could have been out there on one leg.
There was still design runs.
Tells it like it is.
There were still design runs.
G. Cobb tells it like it is, right? That's all there is to it.
A couple other blaring stats, G. At one point in the season, the Eagles led the league in 3 and outs, and I think at the end of the season they were ranked 7th in 3 and outs.
Which is horrible.
And they were also, even though they won the turnover, they were a plus I think 3 or 4 in the turnover ratio, the differential. They still were 7th in the league in offensive turnover. I mean, turning the ball over. So you can't give away the ball and expect to win.
Well, I think that they had that was one game.
Yeah.
That was one game is the reason that they were anywhere near there.
Yeah.
But so because for the most part, they were so guarded, too much so
Right.
Where they're being so guarded about, and I know taking care of the ball, but that's one of Nick's things, see? And that's why, Nick doesn't really come all the way out. It's like you're making it all Kevin Patullo. Wasn't all Kevin Patullo. I know that Nick is guarded. He does believe in taking care of the football and everything, but they've got to be able to do that and still be aggressive and be a more complex offense.
Yeah, I got to say one thing, G-Cobb, going forward, okay? All right, obviously, we got Jalen Hurts next year because there's a lot of you're starting to hear the drum beats about questioning his future here. And obviously, we're not going to get rid of him this year, and he's going to be here next year. But going forward, okay, if he doesn't get back to what he does the best, I don't care if he worried about getting hurt, this and that or other thing. You play football, it's a gladiator sport. Okay,
right. You got to expect injury.
You got to take you if you don't take a chance. You know what I mean?
No risk, no reward, G.
You know what I mean? So
you're right.
Going forward, if we see this with a different quarterback, or a different offensive coordinator next year, and we see the same nonsense, then where are we?
You got to start cutting folks. I mean,
there you go.
It means that Nick is gone then.
Yeah,
Nick. Well, not just Nick.
Well, you just said, Bob, it starts at the top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I listen. I'm not a big Sirianni fan anyway, G-Cobb. I got to tell you, I think we compare Tocchet, the head Flyers head coach, to Sirianni. Okay, he's not. He doesn't try to treat these guys as his best friend. I think Sirianni's trying to be on the level of the players and be his best friend. Like Tocchet tells it like it is.
Yeah, we were commenting yesterday, G, on the difference between a Tocchet press conference with the Philadelphia Flyers and because what does Sirianni give you in the press conference? The company line. It doesn't really say anything. We're talking. He'll tell you. Yeah. He'll get his message across without insulting the egos of his players, but making the fans understand exactly what's going on. And Sirianni doesn't have that capability.
Well, I mean, you make a good point because I can see how, Nick is very close with his players, and you could say that he's maybe too close with some of them.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
But, that's what needs to be talked about then. That's where Howie and them got to step in, and they got to bring somebody in here that has just as much power when it comes to the offense. Or let's say maybe he's got more say. He's going to have more say about the offense because that boring offense is part of Nick. That's part of his what he wants because he wants to take care of the ball.
G-Cobb. I'm with you.
He wants to emphasize not turning the ball over and everything. But see, you got to have some balance there. They got to be more aggressive. Why are you going to have these high-paid wide receivers
if you're not going to get them the ball? Right.
You don't get them the ball.
Right.
Come on, man. We got these guys down there. Stats are not where they should be and everything because you're not being aggressive enough. You don't have a complex offense. That offense they're running is the one Lombardi ran years ago.
The sweep.
All right, Gee, we're running out of time, brother. We wish we had more time with you. I really I'm sorry that you're you were going to speak at a church, you got canceled, but we got the benefit of you. We love hearing from you, and when you're with Grayson next time, keep him in line. All right.
Good deal. Hey, but hopefully they get it together.
All right, man. Listen, we really appreciate you. Stay warm and stay out of the snow.
I will.
All right, thanks, G. We appreciate it. All right, there he is on the Barb's Harley-Davidson Sports Hotline. But he
agreed with everything that we said.
That's right.
And the bottom line is, like I said, it goes downhill. It starts with Sirianni, but Jalen Hurts he's second in line right there.
All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. Now, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and seems to fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis, and Aaron Ewing right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill from the Sports Bash. Hopefully, I can drive into the studios on Monday to talk to everybody about what's going on with the Eagles, plus the Sixers with a big game this weekend against the Knicks. Don't forget, you can watch the Sports Bash now on the 97.3 ESPN YouTube channel. Check it out and subscribe.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
With GMF financing to qualify buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
If you're looking for a newer pre-owned vehicle, get to Bennett Chevrolet now during our New Year inventory reduction sale. You'll save up to 20% off any new vehicle you choose because Bennett's selling new vehicles at true GM supplier employee prices. Plus, you keep all the rebates. Yes, you heard right. You get it all, saving you as much as 20% off any new vehicle purchase. And you'll save even more with Bennett's available 0% financing. Looking for pre-owned? Bennett's got a great selection of pre-owns and will give you a minimum $10,000 for your trade-in, no matter how bad the condition. I said a minimum 10 grand for any kind of junk you bring in, even if it doesn't run. Imagine how much more you'll get for a good trade. And there's never any hassles or haggles because our sales staff is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Together, let's drive. Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Ocean's 18 Mini Golf and Bar is now open at Ocean Casino Resort. This isn't your ordinary mini golf. It's a multi-million-dollar entertainment destination with state-of-the-art technology and an atmosphere that's fun for all ages. Enjoy 2 incredible 9-hole courses, 2 eye-popping holograms, and a vibrant main bar, all in an 8,000 square foot space located on the casino level next to La Scala's Fire. To learn more, visit theoceanac.com. Must be 21 or older to wager or consume alcohol. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live here at the 97.3 ESPN studio. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis, Aaron Ewing is our intern today. By the AFC Championship, the New England Patriots, the Broncos, they're calling it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. They're calling for snow and freezing cold temperatures in Denver.
No.
And of course,
the
AFC Championship game will be on CBS and Paramount, and then the
great day to watch football, huh?
So I got when I get home, I'm gonna make a big fire. We're
we're good. Nikki's putting chili together.
Yeah. So you get up in front of your television, nestle in, you watch it.
Hey, Alex, you got a fireplace in that joint back there behind me?
Yeah, we do.
Do you got a nice fireplace?
Yeah,
One thing I miss, man.
I got a big.
I'm hoping once we get home, it just keeps snowing.
Dude, you put logs in there?
Oh no, not like a legit one.
But you have fire though.
Yeah.
Fire.
What do you got? A gas fireplace?
I think it's electric.
Yeah, you gotta have.
But
You
it's
gotta have a real
flame, though.
You
It's a new house.
No, listen, is it a real flame though?
I don't know.
So, I have one of those.
All I know is I get warm.
I got a fake one.
All I know is I get warm. That's all I know.
I got a man fireplace. I put real wood in there. I burn it.
That's one thing I missed that
I
fireplace.
remember we were kids. Darren Walsh would put our buddy Darren. He loaded up with like 20 logs, and the flames would be coming out of the front of the fireplace is all black stuff.
We don't got it.
He would put so much fire. My dad would get so mad. And you can't put that much logs in there. That many logs. You'll set the thing on fire. Like that. It's brick. It's a chimney.
Who do you want the Denver New England game?
Well, I got to.
By the way, catch all the action on 97.3 ESPN.
All right, I'm getting word it's a gas. We got gas in my house.
Okay, I got you. So so that's good. He got a nice flame.
It puts warmth out there.
I got a fake.
I'm not throwing logs.
I got a fugazi.
He's got a fugazi.
I'm not throwing logs in there.
I got a real fireplace. I got a man fireplace.
Yeah. So anyway,
I put real wood in there.
Anyway,
who do you want today?
Well, I wanted Denver with Bo Nix, so I still got to.
I still want Denver.
But I like this Drake May. This Alex
Drake,
over
Drake
here. Alex
May.
I don't get that. I don't know what that is.
Drake May.
And Alex, who do you want?
I want Denver just because. Patriot, you had your time.
I don't want the Patriots. I don't care how good Drake May is. I want that.
You can't hate him, Alex. I mean, you can't hate Drake May.
No, I like Drake. I'm a Drake May guy. So
it won't break your heart. Break your heart if they win.
They just gotta wait. Yeah, you guys had such a good run. You had such a good run.
I get that.
All right, who do you want Alex? Who do you want the Rams Seattle Seahawks game? Because I can't stand Sam Darnold, but I don't like the Rams.
You can't stand Sam Darnold.
I don't like
either. You know what? Here's the thing. Let me tell you before you jump in there, Alex. I'm gonna throw in there. So I don't want I don't want the Rams to win,
right?
Only because the Dodgers won, and I'm sick of that, right?
Yeah, I'm tired.
I can't stand the Seattle, right? But what they did to Darnold last year, they got rid of him out of Minnesota. I would like to see him get a little.
I got to be honest.
I mean, Alex, you know what I'm saying?
Aaron, who do you want? Get her in there real quick. Aaron, who do you want in the New England Patriots, Denver Broncos?
Who do I want?
Yeah, who do you want to win?
I want the Broncos.
All right, who do you want? The Seahawks, Rams. You don't care?
I guess both are. I would say whoever's going to win that game, I think will win.
All right, I think this is the best. They say this is the best weekend for football. Next week's all fluff, and it doesn't matter. Right? We're not going to. This is the best.
We're getting ready for our flight, though.
Yeah, we're going out to Radio Row.
Are you really?
Yeah,
You're
Alex,
going,
Nikki.
Yeah.
Me, Alex,
You're going.
Nikki,
Is that the first time?
First time,
PG, Michael Gill.
Look at you go, boy.
Scott Grayson.
Sitting in the seat with Billy Schweim gets you places.
Nothing could be finer.
Nothing could be finer.
And on the other side, we're going to talk with Mark Grimes, my agent at the beach. He's going to defend himself.
We're simpatico.
And then, of course, at the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk Flyers hockey with Kevin Durso. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis, and Aaron Ewing right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The exciting action of the NFL postseason is on Westwood One.
Caught! Touchdown! Touchdown! If you hadn't seen it, you would not believe it.
This is Scott Graham. Join us Sunday for complete coverage of the conference championship games. Our broadcast kicks off at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and goes until the Super Bowl matchup is set. If it's the NFL playoffs, it's on Westwood One.
Listen to the NFL Championship Round this Sunday, exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. What do you have to lose? Call 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind.
eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Home of the Philadelphia Eagles.
They got him again!
Sixers.
Bang! It's good! Ball game!
And Flyers.
Tipped in front of the net!
97.3 ESPN. WENJ. WENJ HD. Millville, Atlantic City. A Town Square media station serving all of South Jersey.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schweim.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schweim.
We are back, and it's a snowy Sunday. And we're all, we got a snow day here in the locker room. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis, and Aaron Ewing here. And we're staying warm. We're having fun here.
It was great listening to Cobb.
Yeah,
Cobb, man.
Cobb.
I mean, and, we got some things to be happy about, got some things to be sad about, worried about,
And our next guest, this guy's, he's like the man around.
Well, he and I are simpatico. You know that.
Yeah,
he and I agree a lot,
Yeah.
and that's why we're smart and you're not.
We're having Mark Grimes on next for a couple reasons. One, he attended the Sixers game last night. And of course, he sits right behind the Sixers bench where there were a lot of Knicks fans. We're going to talk to him about how many Knicks fans.
He's our canary in the coal mine.
He's our canary in the coal mine with the Sixers, and we're going to talk a little Sixers basketball with him. But then we're going to turn our attention to, he made a comment last week on the program about trading Jalen Hurts for Herbert straight up. Now, he was professor, and a lot of people, including our very own Alex Berardis, think that he's nuts. But there are a lot of people that back up what he says, and we're going to play a clip from Chris Sims. So let's go to the Barb's Harley Davidson Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room my agent at the beach, Mark Grimes. Good morning, Grimesy.
Good morning, Billy, Bobby, Aaron, Alex. Hold on a second. Did Alex say he had to call home to see if he had a gas fire?
I didn't call. I just didn't know. I got the text coming in. Well, Grimesy, all I know is that I'm warm when I'm sitting on my couch. That's all I got to worry about. Press the remote and I see a flame and I'm warm.
It's like one of those bachelor pads.
Keep in mind, this is probably the first snowstorm.
If I see a house fire in Ocean City,
Yeah, you know where to go.
All right, Grimesy. Before we're going to talk Sixers with you real quick. It seemed like there was a lot of Knicks fans in that stadium again. Well, the Xfinity Mobile Arena last night.
I'm going to tell you right now, it was 50-50.
Hey, Grimesy, how does that happen? Tell me how that happens.
It's StubHub. That's how.
So basically, the Sixer fans that have those
They're getting
tickets,
outbid, but they have more money.
No. They give it up. Right, because they don't have any faith in a team.
What they're doing, they're recouping some of their investment. The Knicks fans overpay to come to our stadium.
Yeah, they do. They overpay. Billy Armstrong, my cousin, would have tickets. If somebody's going to offer him $1,000 for a seat that's worth $200, he's going to take it, and that's what the Knicks fans do.
I have a buddy who's a Rangers fan, and he said every time he sees Rangers games, it's when they play the Flyers in Philly because he can't afford the MSG prices, so they just come down to Philly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
On defense, they were chanting defense when we had the ball.
That's a problem.
That's a disgrace.
It was unbelievable.
That's a disgrace. It
really
sickens
was.
me.
They took over our fan base. I'm going to admit it.
Yeah, but
how bad did we miss Drummond last night? We got out rebounded 2-1, maybe 3-1.
How about the glaring part about that was the offensive rebounds. The Knicks had 19 offensive rebounds.
Yeah,
you can't win a game like that, Grimesy, and
No.
So basically, the Sixers let the Knicks fans get in the game. You know what I mean?
There's no doubt about it. The game was actually a very entertaining game. It was 3 points. We were up 5. They were up 5. We were up, back and forth, and then they just kind of took control. When they were up 13, I got a little worried. But then we cut it down, and then the refs took it from us at the end. His arm got hit.
Yeah, no, it did. Grimes, I don't want to hear you blaming it on me. It's not my fault just because I watched the game. That's nonsense.
Billy, I'm teasing you. I'm always with you.
Well, Alex and Nick believe it.
No, I will say this, though. That your listening audience is so big that people are going, Grimes, what did you say on the radio? You're really so upset.
We're going to get to that.
You got to defend yourself. I'm like, I don't know. It's like McMonagle and Perry. They're
going to have to represent you. You're going to get sent to jail with the comments you were making.
Blast me on my cell phone. It's crazy.
Well, Grimesy, listen. You said at least you back up what you say with you have material.
Well, he's using his back from his
up.
business background. That's why he knows.
Please play the Chris Sims tape.
We're going to do that. All right. So here's
and by the way, that's complete separate from my. I came on 3 days later. I did not even hear him until 3 days later.
All right, so let me set it up. So last week on the program, you were professing that the Eagles should maybe make a trade for Jalen Hurts for Hebert straight up, or
Justin Herbert.
Right, Justin Herbert.
Well, does it have to be him though? Or?
And by the way, when we say straight up, nothing's ever straight up.
I get it.
There's trades involved and all that. I get that, but I'm saying a Goff. Stafford trade.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Herbert. It's somebody like him.
So then 3 days later, Chris Sims, who, by the way, he's been in all fairness, he's been bashing Jalen Hurts from day one. But I got to say, at least he's consistent. So he went ahead. You sent this to me. We're going to go ahead and play it, and then we'll comment on the other side.
There we go.
Wow. All right, so Grimesy, not only did Chris Sims, you know who else echoed it? LaShawn McCoy with Acho. They got that podcast. He said the exact same thing, that he has people with inside the organization that know it. You heard Chris Sims. He said the players know it.
But our fan base is all relying on the Super Bowl that he won 2 years ago. I get that. I get it. Listen, I get that. But what I'm saying is, I think we're going to see more of what we saw this year than what we saw in the Super Bowl. That's all my point is, and he's a hot commodity. So let's take that hot commodity and let's go get us a pocket passer. Go watch films of Ryan Tannehill and A.J. Brown, and that's what a pocket passer looks like.
Right. Well, listen, PJ Corda, Mr. Negadelphia, he runs a successful business. You're successful in real estate. You guys know that Bobby even professed this, and I agree with him. Alex might not, but like with Embiid, right now he's performed well. In the last 6 games, or last 4 or 5 games, he's averaged 30-some points. He's been playing. He's not hurt.
He's in basketball shape.
He's in basketball. Get rid of him while he's hot. Like he's a hot commodity, like you just said.
Bobby, you ready for this? When you say he's in basketball shape, as soon as he got taken out of the game, where'd he go?
What, the locker room?
He went into the locker room. He didn't come out.
Listen, Grimesy, he had his first period, the first half of the basketball game, he did well. He just fell apart in the second half.
I'm agreeing with you. He's in basketball shape for the first half.
There you go. So you think he's going to get better? You think he's going to get in better shape, or is this all we got?
No.
The guy's still giving you 38, though.
I get that. We won the MVP because he didn't deserve the MVP.
So here's what Alex says. He still gave us 38, but I'll tell you what.
But Maxey still has to
here's what I would take.
Part,
I would take another 10, 15, 20 points for Maxey, and then whoever takes Embiid's spot, give me like 15. Okay, and that'll even that out.
But then that's not on him. That's through the coaching staff saying this has to go through Maxey, because when this team goes through Maxey and Maxey's the predominant ball handler, this team succeeds. Maxey does play well with Embiid. They run a nice pick and roll game, but the ball has to go through Maxey. I don't like you guys even said, Embiid can't be bringing the ball up.
Right.
He makes some nice plays.
I hate
here
when he
there,
does that.
But he also has to get his ego in check. I've been praising Joel Embiid. I'm not saying we have to get rid of him, but anytime there's a play made on him down on defense, immediately he's calling for the ball and then putting the ball on the floor, and there's a turnover or a horrible shot taken. He's got to get his ego in check.
13 turnovers yesterday for the Sixers, Grimesy.
Yep.
Well, here's
Mark.
Here's the bottom line. There's a segment, a younger segment of Sixer fans that are believe in hope, and they believe in what they see. We all older people
click your heels together and it'll happen.
Shut your eyes and say, "I wish I was home. I wish I was home." All right, guess what? Older people that have been around and seen, why do we look at somebody's resume when you're going to hire them? Because you want to see what their past performances are. And if you look at Jalen Hurts' past performance, he hasn't played a full season. He's always been hurt. What makes you think things are going to change?
Embiid,
right?
Not
Hurt. You said Hurts.
I mean,
Embiid.
Embiid. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Grimesy, I just think that right now you can get. I listen. I like the way you think about the Hurts situation. Embiid it's kind of like the same thing. Okay, and these owners
almost identical.
They're getting stagnant, right? In real estate, you got to move and shake, right? It's the same thing. You hold on to the property for too long, it goes past its
not new construction anymore.
Exactly.
You got to get rid of new construction in the first 6 to 7 years.
See, that's why you're my agent at the beach.
And Grimes, if there's a fire in Ocean City, you're the first guy I'm calling up.
I don't know if that'll do you any good.
You know that.
Alex, just don't put logs and lettuce.
Hey, Grimesy, so McMonagle and the lawyers, they think you're crazy?
Oh, they hammer me. Freddie Perry, who lives on the beach and living the life over there in
What about
Longport,
McMonagle? What about McMonagle?
cigars
What's he saying?
Oh, they're both hammering me. They tag teamed me last week.
Well, you know what? Lenigan would probably hammer you too.
Yeah, Lenigan's after you. I bet you Joe Lenigan's
No, Lenigan's laying low. He's in the weeds, but I didn't hear from Lenigan.
I wonder what Tommy Jackson thinks.
All right, well, let's see what the public's got to say here.
With us last week.
Let's go, Alex.
Send some Texans, 609-403-0973. Do you want Jalen Hurts traded? Would you make the one-for-one trades? And sure, if you want to throw Embiid out there, throw Embiid out there too. Yeah. But let's see this quarterback debate.
If for nothing else, you guys, it would show the Philly fans, not just all Philly fans, that they're not staying the pat. That they want something to happen. They're making an effort to try to win.
Well, what's the thing of it? The mark of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, trying to expect a different result.
That's the Phillies. That's the Phillies.
Well,
that's a different team.
But guess what? Going into the next season, right? If we see Jalen Hurts not running the ball, then that's insanity. right?
Hey, Bobby, here's something important that you got to think about this because this got brought up last week on your show by the sports reporter from Fox. He said last week.
Oh, Scott Grayson.
Grayson said that Jalen Hurts is playing for an extension. That's important. He's got 2 years left. You think he's going to be running the ball next year, RPO?
No.
Hell no, until he gets his extension.
Well, then he won't get an extension if they go.
I don't know. I think it might
bounced,
entice him to. I think it's
he might
because he's going to say, if I want an extension, I can't do what I just did.
Right.
I need to, make this look good.
Because look, let's face it, Mark. He is a winner, right? He has winning pedigree. I mean, he's a winner.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great athlete. Let's not say he's great.
I don't hate Hurts. I think he's a very strong, capable quarterback. He just can't see down the field. So let it be someone else's problem.
Hey, I want to ask Grimesy real quick. We noted it. We took getting back to the Sixers real quick. We noted that the officials were horrible. What did it sound like? Were the coaches really giving them a hard time? Like, what was the deal with that? The officials were horrible.
Listen. Nurse was all over. I love Nurse's reaction every time there's a bad call, but it almost looks like, from what I gather, all these officials, it's all about them.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
They were calling phantom calls, man. The guys weren't even being touched. They're calling fouls.
When they showed the replay on the one VJ, I'm sorry, was the Embiid had his arm straight? No,
yeah.
I forget what player.
Well, they did win one challenge. They won one challenge.
Yes.
I think both teams won their challenges. That just shows how bad the officiating was.
That's how it shows up. The officials were bad. All right, Grimesy, we're up against it. We got to get going. Listen, man, stay true to who you are, and just be real, and but bring me proof.
I appreciate you guys. Hey, I love you guys. One last thing, by the way, I'm seeing on the wire. J.K. Dobbins might be out. So you got Bo Nix and J.K. Dobbins out of that Denver game. That's huge.
Hey, how about the Steelers just hired McCarthy as their new head coach? And Gannon went to, where did Gannon go?
Green Bay defensive coordinator.
You believe that?
Good. That'll be worse for
him.
Yeah.
Hey, you ready for this? Who was McCarthy's quarterback at Green Bay?
A-Rod.
Yeah.
No, Aaron Rodgers. I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers might be back for another year.
Yeah.
Be safe out there, boys.
All right, Grimes, you going sledding today?
No, I'm hunkering down, man. Like this is I'm in an igloo today.
All right, Grimes, we appreciate it. Thank you. We'll talk to you next week.
Brother.
See you, Grimes.
All right, man. There's Mark Grimes on the Barb's Harley-Davidson Sports Hotline.
Listen, Bill. He thinks like a businessman. Yeah. Okay, you know when you get what do you say when you get? I need my grant. What was it?
Henry Fonda. And,
he was talking about the
my
generals.
Grant. You're my
he was
Grant.
talking about one of the generals that was Abe Lincoln fired a guy because he was afraid to make a move.
Yeah.
And he brings in Grant.
Yeah.
Right? Well, this is the same thing. Howie Roseman, and they got a.
For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. You know, we have to do commercial reads, by. You can't
why don't you let Aaron do it? Why don't you let her do it?
All right, it's a South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is a proud sponsor of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Now, I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers for all your real estate appraisal needs. Call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. When we return, we'll continue with more here in the Locker with Billy Schweim, right on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Where do you go to get an offensive coordinator who's proven in that town, who's never going to get a head coaching job again? Frank Reich is your answer. Done and done. Make him the offensive coordinator for the next few years. He's not going to be a head coach in this league again, so there's a solution. Is it better than Kevin Petullo based on experience in Philadelphia and based on the fact that no one will hire him as a head coach? That's what they need.
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities.
Mark Grimes. He's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
With GMF financing to qualify buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
If you're looking for a newer pre-owned vehicle, get to Bennett Chevrolet now during our New Year inventory reduction sale. You'll save up to 20% off any new vehicle you choose because Bennett's selling new vehicles at true GM supplier employee prices. Plus, you keep all the rebates. Yes, you heard right. You get it all, saving you as much as 20% off any new vehicle purchase. And you'll save even more with Bennett's available 0% financing. Looking for pre-owned? Bennett's got a great selection of pre-owns and will give you a minimum $10,000 for your trade-in, no matter how bad the condition. I said a minimum 10 grand for any kind of junk you bring in, even if it doesn't run. Imagine how much more you'll get for a good trade. And there's never any hassles or haggles because our sales staff is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Together, let's drive. Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game, like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code Radio250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250 whether you win or lose. Open new users in New Jersey who are 21 or older. Minimum odds -500. Awarded is non-withdrawable bonus bet expired 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live here in the 97.3 ESPN studio. Billy Schweim, my twin brother Bobby Schweim. Alex Berardis producing. Aaron Ewing is the intern today, wearing the stripes, keeping Bobby and I separated from killing each other. We've covered the Sixers, the Eagles. We'll talk a little Flyers, and maybe get a little Phillies in. I know, Bob, it's been a little disappointing, but Jeff Dowling, Mr. Met, called here to gloat yesterday. And I said, what are you gloating about? You guys lost McNeil, Nimmo. They lost the polar bear. They lost their closer. I'm not impressed with the Mets.
No, I'm not worried about them.
You worried about the Mets?
I'm worried about the Phillies.
I'm worried about the Phillies.
I'm worried about the Phillies.
And I don't know who's the closer, the relief pitcher they got from the Chicago Cubs. Heller, I guess it is. Is it Heller? Right? He's a good pitcher, and I think with the Durantula, I mean, our pitching staff. If Painter comes around, Bob.
Hey, Bill, I'm not counting. Nah, he wasn't good at all last year.
Bob, who do we know? Who was the guy that we know from Ocean City that had the Tommy John twice?
Oh, Tommy Finnegan.
Tommy Finnegan.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
Tommy Finnegan's son.
Yeah, he hurt himself again.
So it's like
I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about that guy. I'm not worried about Painter. I don't think he's gonna.
Well, he's still gonna. He's
just got to be sustainable until Wheeler comes back from his.
I don't think he's going to be the pitcher they think he's going to be. You know, it's a Painter. I don't think he's going to be. You know what I mean, Bill? It's a long shot, if you ask me.
Oh, the Phillies had 96 wins last year, and I'd like to see them get. I'd like to see him to get. Who's the Bader? I like to see him get.
Oh,
Bader.
they have to sign
Bader
him.
back.
If they don't sign him,
Bader back.
You know what? You know, like about him though. Remember Willie Montanez used to walk up and flip the bat. And everything. He's like Willie Montanez.
He's got like some all right.
I got
some style.
I got a story about him. So back when he used to play for the St. Louis Cardinals, they came to Philly. I saw a game We were sitting front row in right field. Apparently, he had an incident in college where he might have got a little tipsy behind the wheel. Apparently.
Really?
So our section's just giving it to him.
Really? I didn't even know who he was.
Our section's giving it to him. You know, he's got the long hair.
Yeah.
He's giving us the bird while he's going through his hair, giving us the
See
bird.
that? He's giving you the business.
Our section did our research apparently, and this guy had some. Look, I want Bader back, no doubt.
He's got something that
Moxie.
I think he's got. He's got it. But you know what he's got it.
He's fun to watch. He's an exciting player.
And you know what? With all the veterans, the grizzled veterans like Schwarber and Turner and JT Realmuto, they need a young guy with.
So, Bill, you know what he reminds me of? Remember the '93 team, and you had the dude that did. Who was the guy that did the
Cavilla. Jackson. Danny Jackson.
He reminds me of Danny Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that helps. I think that helps when you have a.
You need character. You need a character.
Yeah, you need some of that.
You got to have it. So
you got to have that at 90. And by the way, we have Tommy Green all the time. He always talks about that 93 team.
That was a good. You weren't around to see that, Alex. I got to tell you, man.
That was so much fun.
Even though they didn't win the World Series, that was probably my favorite.
One of my favorite teams.
They were so fun to watch.
You know who also got some of that juice? Adolis Garcia. Every time he's hitting home runs,
he
slamming
does
the
that.
bat,
Adolis Garcia.
up.
You like that? I like that addition.
So I don't really know too much about him.
Well,
so the year they won the World Series, the year that we lost
Texas.
to the Diamondbacks,
right?
He hit for 39 that year.
Yeah.
Then he hit for 23 2 seasons ago. And
He got hurt. He was hurt.
Yeah. And
what
then
was his injury?
And then he had 19 last year.
What was his injury? Do we know?
Aaron will look that up. But I'm down on the Phillies. And I'm not down on the Phillies. I think it was like a lateral move. But look with the Mets. I mean, yeah, they got Bichette, but I mean, they lost a lot of guys.
They traded for Freddie Peralta.
Yeah, they got him too.
But so the only thing that's kind of pissing me off with the Phillies is Dabrowski's just kind of watching everyone else do stuff, and we're just kind of sitting still. It's like,
well,
look,
sometimes
moves,
not making a move. Alex is making a move.
Analysis paralysis.
All right, we're going to transition over to the Philadelphia Flyers. Bob, you got your Flyers gear on.
Well, you know why, Bill? Because these guys, I'll tell you what, I am so impressed with Tocchet. And like I said, I tied that into the Sirianni thing.
Right.
Tocchet, he is coach, man. He's a coach.
Yeah.
He's not a buddy. He's not, you know what I mean? He like Sirianni.
He's also a teacher. That coaching staff is teaching.
How do you not respect Tocchet with the career he had?
Right.
Who was Sirianni, Bill? He played tight end for some.
He was a wide receiver for the Division III school.
I mean, listen, I don't know. I when they hired him, I got to give the guy a chance. But Tocchet's the real deal.
Well, and a lot of people think we're biased because we know him personally.
No,
but he's been in the locker room a bunch of times. And we'll have
we had every reason to. I mean, he didn't talk to you for a bunch of years.
No,
I mean, we could have
true.
even gone the other way.
That's true. All right, and on the other side of our next break, we're going to talk with Kevin Durso, who covers the Flyers for 97.3 ESPN.com. And he's getting more airtime. He's going to have to join, like Nicky's going to have to join the Screen Actors Guild. He's been on Action News and Channel 10. You see him in the NBC Sports Phillies in the background. So, but he's pretty knowledgeable, and he's going to talk about the Flyers for us because I like this team, Bob. They got the fourth youngest team in the NHL.
No, I want to ask you, what do you think about this? Because you don't know much, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What piece are they missing? Are they missing a piece?
They need a bona fide goal scorer, like somebody can get like Tim Kerr numbers. Like, well, not like
is that is that a guy in front or who is that? What is that?
A big goal scorer,
Kerr was a guy that parked himself in front of
a big goal scorer. Somebody with size.
Is he a skater? Is he a tough guy? What kind of goal
they don't have the NHL's changed. And like last night, Bobby and I watched we watched about 15 minutes of the Montreal Canadiens and the Boston Bruins because of just the unis.
Well, Flyers prospect Porter Martone might be a little bit of both. He's a guy.
He's got some size.
Throws his body around, but he's also getting up points.
How old is he? Do we know?
He's in college. He's in college. He's a freshman in college.
For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is a proud sponsor of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Go down there, say hello to Will, JM, Chet, Jason. They do a phenomenal job. Now, I got to tell you about La Scala's Fire Ocean Casino. When you're inside the Ocean Casino, you're already winning, especially at La Scala's Fire. It's your home away from home for handcrafted Italian classics, fresh seafood just like your grandmom used to make, and their signature cocktails. All steps away from the action. Dinner before the show, late night bites after a big win. La Scala's Fire delivers every time. That's La Scala's Fire Ocean Casino.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll continue with more here, more Flyers talk. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis, and Aaron Ewing right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill from the Sports Bash. Hopefully, I can drive into the studios on Monday to talk to everybody about what's going on with the Eagles, plus the Sixers with a big game this weekend against the Knicks. Don't forget, you can watch the Sports Bash now on the 97.3 ESPN YouTube channel. Check it out and subscribe.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Save on appliances at the Home Depot with up to $1,000 off, plus up to an extra $500 off select appliances like Whirlpool that can keep up with your busy routine. The Home Depot has Whirlpool laundry appliances with Fan Fresh. This feature fans and tumbles your laundry after it's done to help keep your clothes fresh until you're ready to grab them. Shop now and get up to $1,000 off, plus free delivery on select appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $999 or more. Offer valid January 8th through the 28th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
With GMF financing to qualify buyers excludes Traverse and Corvette excludes prior sales.
If you're looking for a newer pre-owned vehicle, get to Bennett Chevrolet now during our New Year inventory reduction sale. You'll save up to 20% off any new vehicle you choose because Bennett's selling new vehicles at true GM supplier employee prices. Plus, you keep all the rebates. Yes, you heard right. You get it all, saving you as much as 20% off any new vehicle purchase. And you'll save even more with Bennett's available 0% financing. Looking for pre-owned? Bennett's got a great selection of pre-owns and will give you a minimum $10,000 for your trade-in, no matter how bad the condition. I said a minimum 10 grand for any kind of junk you bring in, even if it doesn't run. Imagine how much more you'll get for a good trade. And there's never any hassles or haggles because our sales staff is paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. Together, let's drive. Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
There is a little black spot on the sun today. It's called a snowstorm, and we're in the middle of it.
And the ice is coming.
Oh, yeah. Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis producing. Aaron Ewing is my intern today. And of
She's
course,
diligently working there, Billy. You got her working.
I got her working today, but we've covered a lot. And now we're going to cover some Flyers hockey because like we've said it numerous times, we love Rick Tockins, the way he talks to the media. And my last guest today is Kevin Durso, and he, every time I've been in the press box, I we shoot the breeze. And,
Right.
But he's always on the. You can see his microphone or his face in Action News in the background and everything. So let's go to the Barb's Harley Davidson Sports Hotline.
There he
and
is.
welcome
There
into
it
the
is.
locker room.
He's got his
97.3ESPN.com. Kevin Durso. Good morning, Durso.
Good morning, Billy. Good morning, locker room crew.
What's going on, dude? Hey, Durso, man, you get any more airtime? You're going to have to join the Screen Actors Guild, man.
I hear you. Well, for me or for my hand, as you put it before, for my
No, but actually half of your face is on there. I can tell it's you.
One of the one of the last games I got a lot because Cam York must have stepped up a little further, so there was more of a circle around him. So I was getting some good airtime there.
Hey, a win's a win.
Hey, you look like a young dude. You look like a young dude, man. Kevin. What were you ever a skater? Did you
I gotta get
hockey?
back. I gotta get back into it. To be honest with you, yes, like a long time ago. At this point, I've been trying to figure out a way to get back into it.
When you do that, get my brother skating again because right now he's skating. Looks like he's skating in mud.
Yeah. All right, Durso. We like the Flyers. We've had talking on the show already 3 times in the early going of the season, and we love the way he handles the media. You know, when you listen to a Sirianni press conference, he gives the company line. They don't really say too much. But talking has the
afraid to
ability,
offend.
Talking has the ability to get a message across without offending or the egos of some of the players, but lets the fans know that he's no nonsense. That he, like Bobby said earlier, he's not their friend. He's their coach.
Yeah, well, and look no further than the game earlier this week against Utah. There was a lot of, without mentioning specific names, you're delivering big-time messages, and it was to your veteran players who made a lot of critical mistakes at the end of a game that you need to finish off. And I know the focus was very heavy on Garnet Hathaway because it's an empty net, and he doesn't get the shot off.
Wasn't the only
and he knew, and he knew it. The media that went to Utah said he was still dressed, for several minutes after the game because you're just thinking about the impact of what happened to you individually. But there's mistakes from Travis Sanheim, Travis Konechny, Owen Tippett was late on the coverage, coming back 2-on-2 in overtime. Those are guys who should know better. And Tocchet didn't necessarily say their names, but indicated
what he was talking about.
One of the guys he actually did bring up, I was a little surprised that he actually played on Friday, ultimately, was Noah Juleson. Because Noah Juleson, as much as you're defending a teammate, Tocchet actually, and you guys know Toc. He's the type of guy who loves that type of stuff in the game, but actually said, at that time, you got to take one and don't put yourself on the penalty kill because it's going to potentially cost you the game. And sure enough, they get scored on that penalty kill, and the rest plays itself out the way that it did.
We're talking with Kevin Durso. He covers the Flyers for 97.3 ESPN.com. He does a heck of a job down there. Kevin, the one thing about the Flyers, it's the 4th youngest team in the NHL, and they're going to get younger. Last year's draft picks, Marone, Nesbitt, these guys all got size, and they're skilled guys. And at the end of the season, some of these guys might come up. Would there any potential for them to maybe crack the lineup?
Probably only Martone at this point.
Okay.
The other guys are still too much.
Carter Amico, he's 6'5". Jack Murtaugh, and then Shane Vasagi. I mean, these guys all got size.
Yeah, they definitely do. Most of them are a little bit more on the project side right now because they're so young, and even for the size, there's something to work on.
Alex, who are you talking about? What were we talking about?
I was saying I would put money on it that Martone would be up at the end of the season.
And everybody in the organization seems to feel that way. Jonesy's talked about it before, that they feel like Martone's got to shit. The struggle for Martone making it to the NHL this year is time. It's the only thing, because if his team in college, if Michigan State makes a big run and they play deep into early mid-April, going to the Frozen Four possibly, there might not be enough time left on the schedule. I mean, if the Flyers are in a playoff push, then that changes things. But
wow, that would be interesting.
Yeah, now there's a lot of time left for all of that to play itself out. But if the opportunity is there, I mean, Martone as a young prospect, as a freshman in college, to be named the captain of Team Canada World Juniors is a huge accomplishment for him, especially when you consider that there were guys that were talked about to go back who have NHL experience to play. That's a big deal for him. And I actually, out of sheer boredom, waiting for something to come on last night that was in the NHL, put on Michigan State's game because they played, I think they started at 6 last night. At the moment I turned it on, they're on a 5-on-3 and Martone gets an assist. So you're watching stuff like that. Like, he's kind of a nightly impact player for Michigan State right now. And then you hope it translates going further. But he seems like the type of guy with his size that should be able to be potentially, to me, power play, he's a net front guy. get him in front of the net,
Tim Carter,
screening the goalie.
Yep.
And
what does Tocchet say? Tocchet says, score from the middle of the ice and get in front. You're gonna get bruised. You're gonna get. But
they've been doing a good job with this.
What did Tocchet say on our show? He said you're going to get hurt. You're going to get bruised. You're going to get cut and beat up. It's the price you pay to play in the NHL. Go ahead, Alex.
I got two here. One kind of quick one. Talking about these prospects in the World Junior Championship, Jack Berglund kind of came out of nowhere, captaining Team Sweden. What's his outlook? Because he kind of just put his name on the map for all Flyers fans. And then two, with how tight this Eastern Conference race is right now, I know Danny was saying they're not going to stray away from the system, but if there's a big name out there, are they going to do it since there's not a lot of free agents coming up in this free agent class?
Yeah, so I'll start with the question on Berglund because it's kind of a pretty simple answer right now. Yes, he's put himself way further on the map. I wouldn't say immediately. He's still a young guy, obviously, when you're playing in World Juniors and things like that. And because he's got the international experience, because he's a Swedish prospect who's playing in the Sweden pro leagues and things like that, I would imagine that the first step to that process would be getting him signed and over to North America, probably playing a season in the AHL, and then you're thinking NHL. He's definitely got potential to be there. I kind of view his outlook, and I'm going back a couple decades at this point, but I kind of view the outlook for him kind of to be like a Michael Handzus type. I feel like his production level would match that. I feel like his overall body of work would match that. And, you think about those teams, Handzus was able to step up into a greater role when guys were out of the lineup. He, sure, he wasn't Jeremy Roenick or Keith Primo, but he was able to step in when needed. So I see him being that kind of player for them. And in terms of the deadline, it's tricky right now because right now it's kind of this race to the Olympic break to see where everything stacks up. And I just don't see them going crazy with like rentals and things like that. Like I know that Artemi Panarin's name is out there because the Rangers have basically waved the white flag. And that's probably the biggest name who's a pending free agent who's going to be up at the deadline. Now the Flyers have an abundance of wingers anyway, so it's, granted, he would go pretty much to the top.
Yeah, I think
list.
they're building for the future. I don't know if they think.
I don't think
And he doesn't. He's not going to trade yet. Like Danny Briere is not going to trade a first-round pick for a guy they have for 3 months. It's just not going to happen.
Nah, you don't.
All right, the Islanders. We got the Islanders tomorrow. The Islanders are 2 points ahead of us in the standings, and of course they've lost back-to-back games. They've lost their last 2 games. The Flyers have been very impressive. Talk has only had sustained one really long losing streak. They don't lose back-to-back games too often this year. That's a tribute to the coaching staff. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And I hate to use this term because to me it's overused, but Friday was a statement win for that team going into Colorado. Everybody would have, especially with the way that the game ended in Utah, everybody would have had that as a loss, me included.
I did too. I had it as a loss too.
And it was the track record of everything.
7-3. Not only did we beat them, we owned them.
It's funny. I just didn't want them to get blown out.
And by the way, Bert Durso, you know what else? It's only their second loss at home for the Lynch.
Yeah, exactly. The second loss at home, and that team is the best third-period scoring team in the league this year.
In the league!
And it is not a close margin by any stretch. And you go in there and outscore them 4-0 in the third period to win a game. It was turning into a game that I would not want to play against that team. You get 3 goals against in the second period or 3-3. It's starting to turn into a track meet. You don't want to go into a track meet.
I went to bed. I went to bed at the end of the second period. I was so pissed off.
I said it yesterday on Josh Henning's show. Sam Erson's the reason they won that game.
Oh, he stood on his head.
In the beginning of the first period, it was a 12-1 shot differential on shots on goal. If he can just keep this team afloat, I know Vladar was practicing in Utah, but if he can just keep this team afloat,
Vladar's a real deal, man.
By the time he comes, I think they might be right.
Real quick, by the way, let me add to that. With that horrible loss, debilitating, whatever adjective you want to use to describe that loss, they still scored 5 or 6 points on the road trip.
Right.
So I mean, they still had a pretty successful road trip.
I mean, statement wins. They beat them. Didn't they beat? They beat Edmonton, right? Did they beat Edmonton?
That was a while back.
But so but Connor McDavid.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
They're in. They look good.
Yeah, well, so first of all, a piece of good news for you guys. As far as I can tell, it's going to be tough to confirm it right now because their practice schedule is completely up in the air with the weather. They already canceled practice today. Morning skate on Monday is
I'll have to text Dickie right now. See what he's doing.
he apparently having the day off right now. So I guess maybe prepping with film work for.
He's listening to our show right now.
There you go.
You know, he's listening to the show, Durso. Come on, wake up. Come on, kid.
But the expectation is that Vladar is possibly going to be activated for Monday's game, so that's a good sign right there. But Erison coming on is a big deal because you do need that second guy. Like, for example, you got 6 games coming up before the Olympic break. You're going to play a back-to-back on the road this week. I would imagine that if Vladar is able to return on Monday, Erison gets Wednesday, you go back to Vladar on Thursday, and you're still going to need him for Erison for one more game coming up down the stretch here before all is said and done, because you don't want to run Vladar into the ground right before this little stretch is over, because this is important. This is the stretch that kind of determines if you're really going to hang around with them. You've closed the, go on a 6-game losing streak where you get basically 1 point out of the whole deal, and you still kind of come out afloat because of this run of 5 of 6 on the road. That's huge. Yeah. Now you got a chance to solidify it even further and get yourself right back to where you were.
Kevin, because this is pretty much the most Vladar's played in a season in his career, is there concern going down the stretch that they are going to work him to the ground and he's not going to be the same guy he was in the beginning?
I mean, there's always concern with that, and I think that you look back to 2 years ago when they had to do that to Erison, and they didn't have a backup at all. I mean, you guys probably remember this. Going back 2 years ago, you're going to Felix Sandstrom. They had to get Ivan Fedotov out of Russia just to try to find somebody who they felt like could play the position. He did okay that particular little stretch, and then they tried to use him as the backup the following year, and he wasn't very good either. So you really have had this struggle of having the second guy. Vladar's played great this year. Love what I've seen from him. I fully expect him to kind of return to form because it's just been characteristic of his game so far. But if Erison can kind of be that stabilizing second guy and give you what you got in Vegas or in Colorado, then you got something going forward that'll help you win more games and just be in that race for longer. So having both guys is very important. There's always concern that you're overusing the first guy, especially when his career high in games played is 30. That's you're already past that at this point, but he seems like he wants that. Like that's the good part. Vladar wants the opportunity, and if he can continue to run with it, and then you get that occasional, that 30 starts from Erison that work out, that gets you somewhere.
And Durso, what you just said is so poignant because Taka said it in one of his after game pressers. He said, "I want people that want to be on the ice when it's crunch time. Like I want people that want the puck. I want people that want to be on the ice when the game's on the line." That's what he wants.
Yeah,
and that's what I want. Durso, what are your expectations for the playoffs? Because for me, with the excitement that I have and looking at Talk as a head coach and the 4th youngest team, I want them to get to the playoffs and maybe steal a series in the first round.
Oh, everybody should, because it's a great experience for a young team. My concern with the idea of getting to the playoffs right now, and a lot can change. Every team right now is one losing streak away from being where the Flyers are right now. My concern at the moment would be that it looks like the Atlantic Division is better, and a strong possibility that 5 teams make the playoffs out of that. Yeah. So I kind of keep coming back to, if I have to ask myself, are the Flyers a top 3 team in the Metro? Right now, I'd say no. No. But and that's where you've got to get to right now if you want to be a playoff team. Now that can change quickly if something happens and then one of those wild card spots open up. But you see what Buffalo's been doing on such a roll, and you see some of the teams that are not in the playoffs. That's the other part that concerns me. That those teams are just one good run away. Florida, Toronto, they're
all
right
bunched
there.
Up. They're all within like 5 or 6 points. So
including your boy Chief, who those pictures were nuts.
You know how he did it, right?
I love the answer because he got it. One of the questions he got asked was he still going to coach from the bench that night? And he looked like he sent the death glare through that guy. Like, are you kidding me?
You know what I said to him?
He's a hockey player.
Durso, you know what I texted him? I said, "Chief, you look like you fought Bobby Probert and won."
Well, his response was, "You should see the other guy." He said,
well, he told me he was doing squats when something happened. Something would happen when he was lifting weights.
Yeah, he said it's some accident in the gym. Yeah, so that's it.
And he doesn't have a concussion. You would think with
that looked bad. He showed me the picture, man. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. 50 stitches, Durso.
Yeah, I mean, well, and because you don't expect it, right? Like you saw him. He had the hat on at the time, and he's got the black eye. And then he takes the hat off, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness, look what happened! For a gym accident.
Like hey, Kevin, I'm gonna send you a picture when we go to break about I think it was 2019. I was working in the parking lot at Playland. He came in and we got a picture of us like fist fighting. And I sent it to him. I said, "Next time you lip off to me, I'm going to come after you." But I'll send you the picture. All right, Kevin. Listen, man, we appreciate you. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, man.
I hope to see you soon down at one of the next Flyers game. I haven't been there in a while because I had my knee. I had knee replacement surgery, but I'm back walking and you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work, and we'll have you on again.
Yeah, you got it, guys. Thanks so much.
All right, there he is, Kevin Durso. He writes for 97.3 ESPN.com on the Barb's Harley Davidson Sports Hotline.
I'll tell you what, knowledgeable, man.
Yeah, man, he's a
guy
good
knows
guy.
everything, man.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to send him the picture. By the way, Steve Dijak is listening to us.
Is he?
Dijak.
He's today's man.
Yeah, today's man. All right, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But are you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Bobby Schweim, Alex Berardis, and Aaron Ewing right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The exciting action of the NFL postseason is on Westwood One.
Caught! Touchdown! Touchdown! If you hadn't seen it, you would not believe it.
This is Scott Graham. Join us Sunday for complete coverage of the conference championship games. Our broadcast kicks off at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and goes until the Super Bowl matchup is set. If it's the NFL playoffs, it's on Westwood One.
Listen to the NFL Championship Round this Sunday, exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is Billy Schweim. If you're injured or if life takes an unexpected turn, you need a team that'll fight for you. At McMonagle, Perry, McHugh, Meshack, and Davis, you'll get battle-tested trial lawyers with decades of experience standing up for justice. Whether it's personal injury, criminal defense, or complex civil litigation, when everything is on the line, you want attorneys with experience and a reputation as one of the most successful firms in the United States. Call McMonagle, Perry, McHugh, Meshack, and Davis, 215-981-0999, or online at mpmpc.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Caesars Sportsbook app is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game, like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code Radio250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250 whether you win or lose. Open new users in New Jersey for 21 or older. Minimum odds -500. Award is non-withdrawable bonus bet expires 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we got a few minutes left in the broadcast. We opened up the text board. Alex, you had a couple texts you want to read?
How can you trade a Super Bowl MVP?
Because he
keep Jalen. That's the first one.
Really? I mean, what are you gonna? You listen. I don't even know what to say to that. You got to look ahead, man. Can't look in the rearview mirror. That's all I can tell you.
I don't know, but we got Joe B from Wildwood. I would like Bader to be resigned. He's a table setter and a good fielder. We have no idea if Crawford can hit major league pitching.
Yeah.
It's a good point there.
It is a good point.
He had he was hitting over 400 in AAA, but he had such a high ground ball rate.
Yeah, right.
So it's like these infielders down in the MLB, they might be all over that. But we got Dan in EHT.
Dan.
Look at the coordinator Sirianni had, Steichen, Gannon, and they go to the Super Bowl. Really, come on, Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio, and they go to the Super Bowl. Fangio hadn't sniffed the bowl in 50 years coaching. Moore, from what people say, just stayed his lane and didn't screw things up. Sirianni is very undervalued.
All right, so we gotta.
Sirianni is undervalued.
I don't like.
And as far as Jalen Hurts, yeah, he got the MVP of one game. It was a Super Bowl. It just happened to be the Super Bowl.
Listen, he had a great game, right?
Great game.
I mean, a great game.
Great athlete. He's a winner.
Listen. In sports, right, and anything in life, skill and luck, right? You got to it's got to reach at the pinnacle, and they had it. They had a little bit of luck. They had a lot of skill, but this year, man.
Well, when you win a Super Bowl or any championship, you got to have a lot of luck. Yeah. You got to stay healthy, right? Ball's got to bounce your way. The puck's got to bounce your way.
He didn't even look. I'm trying to think of one game that he looked. He played the way he played in the Super Bowl. Was there any one game this year that he even looked like he did in the Super Bowl? Not one.
No.
Not one.
I mean,
game.
you look at that Buffalo game. Now, albeit it was in bad weather, 13-12. Right?
He didn't have one complete pass in the second half, right? Or something?
No, he had. No, I don't think so. Maybe
that happened twice.
It
happened twice this year, but they won both games.
All right, but yeah, I mean,
hey,
I don't
listen,
know.
man. Listen, you can't look in the rearview mirror,
we
man.
don't want to be negative, but business people, when you'll sell something at
you make a move.
You make a move when you get the most value for like you said, Bob. Joel Embiid's not getting any better. He's actually on the down.
You think Howie Roseman doesn't notice?
Yeah, I think
you don't listen.
But
they're
Bob,
probably struggling with the right thing to do.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? There's other things. Listen, if they were bold, but they're probably thinking,
it's safe. It's
I mean, listen.
They won't get it.
They're
because
smart.
If they do make the move and it backfires on them,
if Chris Sims knows it, we know it.
Sean McCoy knows it.
G. Cobb knows it.
Right?
Okay, you don't think Harry Roseman
Mark
knows
Grimes knows it. PJ, Mr. Negadelphia.
You don't think that Howie Roseman does and Laurie know it?
Well, they got to be. Maybe not. Maybe they don't know it, Bob.
Man, that's hard to believe.
How about that? How fast did that show go by?
Man, I got to go back out in the snow. Alex is going to skitch on the way home.
Yeah.
A bumper hop.
Hey, I want to thank Ern. Ern's got the. You didn't have to break up too many fights today. You got away with it.
I think at the very least I did better than the officials in last game.
You definitely did that. I want to thank G. Cobb. He did a great. We love G. Cobb. I want to thank him. I want to thank Mark Grimes for checking in, and of course Kevin Durso, who covers the Flyers for 97.3 ESPN.com. We got the AFC and NFC championships right here on 97.3 ESPN. Hunker down with that. Thank you, Alex, for coming in. Thanks, Bebop. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiners. Stay safe, enjoy the snow, stay warm, and I'll talk to you next week right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room.